This push pop is banking.
Yeah.
That's a glue
Have
stick.
you ever seen the In the Heights film?
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
No.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna do it, I promise. I'll go on my rant later. I'll do it on stream. But have you seen the In the Heights film, Keith?
No?
Okay. Have you heard of the musical?
No?
Okay.
We'll talk.
I'm putting it on the list.
Okay.
B is very passionate about it.
I'm very
okay.
passionate.
So
Alright.
he sees any moving platforms and just starts eating crayons. That is fair.
Because all you need to know is that the show, like the Broadway show, is vastly different from the movie.
Oop.
Oh, alright, fair enough.
Okay. Well, oh god. Oh god. Okay, I thought I was about to
He
die.
starts eating crayons. No, he starts eating glue.
I promise I won't go on my rant.
I mean, if you want to go on your route, you're all the more welcome to. Believe me.
Okay. So
I ain't gonna stop you.
okay, cool. So here's
But
the
I
thing.
am.
Right. No, shut up, Bolt.
Bolt, you don't have power.
You have no power here. Okay.
I'm gonna sit back.
What am I fighting for?
And,
I'm literally cracking my knuckles to get rid of this.
Cracking your knuckles.
what's
Oh
going
fuck!
on,
I hate
gamers?
this.
Let's go. Hey,
What's going on is B is about to rant.
I'm about to go through why I both love and hate the In the Heights film.
I'm gonna
So.
sit back in my chair.
I thought about how I took an entire class on using Photoshop and I use it to make C++. I don't know what you're talking about. That's an S tier meme.
That is a good top tier meme. Anyways, so In the Heights, it's a phenomenal show. It's made by the same person who did Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda. It was one of his first shows that he ever produced. Obviously he started it because that's just a going trend with him. And so it's about our main character, whose name is Usnavi, which the way you spell his name is great because they make a joke about it.
Oh wait, should we
Usnavi-
put it like a? Should we say spoilers?
Oh yes, sorry. Spoiler warning for all of In the Heights.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I spoil shit all the time and don't give spoiler warnings. I'm a dick. But yeah, I get spoiler
That's
warnings.
fair.
Especially for
Spoiler
older
warning.
things. Like, when something's a certain age, I'm just like, the fuck the spoiler warning.
Person who that? Oh, that's Bolt's profile picture.
Yeah, that's Bolt's profile picture. Okay, oop, I'm going down.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's actually visible this time.
Yeah.
That's a microphone.
No.
Anyways,
Okay.
so anyways, In the Heights. So, the original story is about
There we
Usnavi,
go.
and he runs a bodega. Which a bodega is basically like a gas station without the gas part.
So it's a state
So it's a
station?
corner store.
Yeah, it's a corner store.
All right.
I was gonna say,
don't
so it's a
know.
station.
It's called a bodega, okay? Anyways, so, it's him and his cousin, named Sunny, and they run the bodega, and it's this little corner of a neighborhood in Washington Heights. And, it's very fantastic. The best part is,
What
the
am I
main
doing?
plot is, one of the people in the bodega wins the lottery. And it's a $96,000 dollar lottery.
Daughter.
Yeah.
Lottery?
90. Yeah. There's 96,000 daughters. No. It's a $96,000 lottery.
That's a lot of daughter. Oh, what the fuck?
Yes, and
Oh.
the abuela, literally everyone calls her Abuela Claudia. So she is like basically everyone's grandma. She's everyone knows her, everyone takes care of her, and she takes care of everyone. Well, she
I also remember Uncle
she's
Grandpa.
the one who wins, and she is like, oh, I'll give some to you, and then I'll like we can go to the Dominican Republic, we can take a vacation, and all this other stuff. Well, but then she ends up passing away, and
Damn.
and she leaves the money with Usnavi, and that's kind of it. Like, that's like that's like bare bones the show.
All right.
But the movie, however, so there's a character named Nina, and she,
Nina.
like at most most people.
7, I hate the fact that that you left with 1 ball.
I fucked up. Okay, I fucked up.
You
I
did.
saw that too.
I hate that.
But Nina, her dad runs a cab company, and in the show, her mom's alive, and she has a song about how when you have problems, you come home, you talk to your family. Like, it's a very, like, family's important song.
Okay.
They kill her off in the movie. Like, she doesn't exist.
Oh.
That song,
She's
that
fucking
song
dead.
doesn't exist.
Dang.
It's like straight up dead. And yeah, speak only for yourself. So anyways, so her mom's just like fucking dead, and also
Ow.
in the movie they rearranged the songs, so like they're in different orders than they are in the original show. And I said this to Seven and Bolt, but there's a point where everyone goes to a club because everyone's very stressed, and so they go out to the party to like relieve the stress. And in the original show, Benny and Nina, so Benny is her love interest, they have a fight. But then they end up, the power goes out because in certain parts of the world, when so much electricity is being used, they will black out certain quadrants of the grid to, like, you know, have not everything explode. And so that happens in Washington Heights. And so there's a blackout. And during the blackout, Nina and Benny kind of, like, sneak off and go have sex. They make up and they have sex.
Very
But
nice.
that's not in the film. I actually kind of like what they did, even though for some reason they still mention that, like, oh, we heard that you guys had sex, which I don't know where they would have any boinking time, but like that's on them.
Any boinking time.
So, but instead, what they do, like the blackout still happens, all of that, but they give their lines.
What is this story about? Where is this going?
I'm talking about the Washington Heights show versus, or no, I'm talking about In the Heights the movie versus the Broadway show. Frank, by the way.
We talked about what the fuck?
There's a Broadway show.
Bo, you were the first one to hear this.
What do you mean I was the first one? You were the first one, technically.
You know, you were listening to it at the same time as me.
So I wasn't the first.
You were there. I was trying not to die to Leviathan.
Yeah.
I'll
There
be
are no brain
completely
cells
honest.
in anyone's heads right now.
We're talking about STD.
I've stolen all of the brain cells.
B.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
I don't think any of us have
Movie, I
brain
thought you were
cells.
talking about an actual abuela having naughty.
No. Nina is not the abuela.
Actual
Abuela
grandma
Claudia.
fucking.
Abuela Claudia is the abuela. This is Nina. Her dad runs the cab company. So I like what they actually do
Putting
in
out of the zone.
But they give his line, like their fighting lines, to Usnavi and his love interest, Vanessa, and it makes no sense because he's literally like, "Hey, Vanessa, no, you can go dance with whoever you want. Like, you're fine." And they don't show us him drinking enough for him to signal that he is drunk, because like he even like tries to make her jealous by dancing with another woman, and then he like fights. Like he fights with her, and the lines are.
All right, I'm gonna pause your story for a minute.
I'm ready.
The game crashed.
Okay, so the exact lines that Usnavi says, the exact correlation that they have is Vanessa's like, "Usnavi all night. You barely even danced with me," and he's like, "Don't make me laugh. I've been trying all night. You've been shaking your ass for like half of the heights." And she's like real nice, and he says, "Do I get another dance?" And she's like, "I'm leaving." And then like they have a little like back and forth. And he has the audacity to be like, "Don't walk away from us tonight." And I'm like, "But you fucking started this."
Yikes.
So it's like I have a little iffiness, and I saw what you said, Frank, where it might be just wrapped up in the mass hysteria, which I could maybe see, but it's not shown properly, in my personal opinion.
Entirely fair.
And But what they do with Benny, I really like, because obviously in the show he ends up going with Nina, and they end up having a personal moment, which I didn't really like the song that they had anyway, so it's like I'm kind of okay that they cut it, because it's kind of like,
Alright.
but he goes to Nina's dad's cab company, which he does work for. Benny works for the cab company.
Yeah.
And he goes and he pulls out a generator and he starts making sure that the cabs know what's going on, are still running, and are picking up people through this mass hysteria. And then the dad comes in and is like, oh my god, there's someone working, and it's Benny! Because he doesn't really have like the best view of Benny. And also Benny really likes Nina, obviously. He's like doing the whole thing. I think he got the generator from one of the storage rooms.
We try and mission 2. Alright.
Because, like, given the fact that it is New York, and these kind of grid things sometimes, like, happen relatively during the summers, I wouldn't be surprised if he had one. Plus, you never know when a power outage is going to happen, so having a generator on hand, like, I have a generator in my basement. I don't know. Maybe it's just a thing. I don't know. But he... So that happens, and so, like, the dad and him kind of, like, bond, because the dad is going to sell the, cab company. He's gonna sell it, which no one is happy about, because, you know, all the rich and... Literally, they say, like, all the rich people and all the hipsters are taking over their barrio, like, their little neighborhood.
Right.
But they're trying to, like, push through it, because they want to, you know, still just live their lives. But there's a line that I know, for a fact, is not in the show, but they imply that Benny and Nina in the movie used to date before she went off to college, but that doesn't make any sense with the song When You're Home. Because they legitimately, like, talk about how she, how much he's in love with her, and how much, like, when she was here, he never got to, like, it gives the very much of, like, I never got to confess to you type of song. That, and also, there's a song, where Nina goes into, like, the hair salon, and they're all, like, catching up with everything, and blah, blah, blah. And they're talking about how, like, oh, we know that Benny's packing a stretch limousine, and she's like, I don't need to know where you heard all that. And I'm like, wouldn't you know? Like, wouldn't it have come up? Like, if you dated him through high school, which is what they say, would it not have, like, I don't know how dating works, but something. I don't know. Anyways, that's beside the point. So, like, there's just, like, little things like that, and, like, the thing that, like, really miffs me, one of the most, besides the songs being rearranged in different orders and characters being killed off and all that stuff, is the fact that throughout all of the lyric changes, there's one lyric that they don't change that should have been. Oh, okay, so Abuela Claudia dies, right? And she sings this song, Paciencia y Fe, which is actually the song that she sings when we find out that
She's humorous, indeed.
I am. Which is the song where you find out that she's the one who won the $96,000 ticket. But she sings it as if it's a remembering her life as she's about to pass on. Like, she's watching all of the people she cares about, together playing games in her living room as she's laying on the bed, slipping basically into the afterlife. And the song that she sings kind of in her head, like as a remembrance of her whole life, is Paciencia y Fe, and it's a very beautiful song, but the original lyrics are, what do I do with this ticket? But they change it to something different, which is fine. But she dies in a bed, right? So she passes on, and they call 911, and they say that she was dead on arrival, basically. Her heart had given out, and she never took her medicine, so she just was old, passed on. And one of the lyrics in that song where Usnavi is explaining that to us, he says that she still had breadcrumbs in her hands. Because in the show, she goes to feed the birds every day. They mention it, she goes to feed the birds every day, and in Paciencia y Fe, we see her in the park feeding the birds early in the show. And she does die in the show feeding the birds. Like, they find her in the park feeding birds, and then but she's passed on. That's not. She dies in a bed. Why is she holding breadcrumbs? Because she's not. We know she's not. So why would they not change that line about how they found her with breadcrumbs in her hands?
Huh. Interesting.
Like, they literally changed. There was a lyric in the show where they said that Donald Trump would be one of the characters' caddies when they're talking about what they would do with $96,000. They changed it to be Tiger Woods. Why couldn't they do it with her with the fucking breadcrumbs?
Well, damn.
Alright.
Hey, I googled the lyrics. Because I needed to know. Okay, so okay. Maybe I think they okay, so they changed some of the lyrics. I think I can't find I might be able to find the original Broadway lyrics, because this doesn't make sense to me. Because this is what it says. She was found and pronounced at the scene. She was already laying in bed. The paramedic said that her heart gave out. I mean, that's basically what they said. They said a combination of the stress and the heat, why she never took her medicine, I'll never understand. I'd like to think she went out in peace, with pieces of breadcrumbs in her hand.
So, it says, I like to think she went with pieces of breadcrumbs in her hand. Not that she did.
Yeah, but in the show, when I saw it, when I saw the show, she literally dies on the bench. We see her on the bench.
Yeah, but you're saying in the movie she dies with breadcrumbs in her hand, but that the lyric, according to that lyric, was that from the Broadway show or the movie?
It's from the movie.
So in the movie, it says, I like to think she did. Not that she absolutely did.
Yeah, it's
and
so
I think
weird.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but because I'm not seeing it, and maybe if I see it, I'll say that. But I think that feels more like she remembers her, feeding, knowing with that idea of, she'd always feed the birds and all that. Mm-hmm. So she died with breadcrumbs in her hand. Could just be saying she died happy in a way.
She was feeding the birds instead of dying in bed, but moving her out of the bed, it takes away from the message. Okay, that's fair, Vicky. I will say, either way, I still cry.
Fair enough.
Either way, Alabanza, fucking, I cried in my car when I was listening to this just the other day.
Yeah, well, I feel like that maybe that is the intention. Right now I'm just
intention. Yes, could be done.
You missed a
better.
special stage 7.
Oh,
I would agree.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think that they meant literal breadcrumbs. I think
that's fair.
I think that the wording is meant to be that she,
Hold on. That means I need to find the fucking part where he finds the note, because in the movie, in the movie, he finds the lotto ticket with a note, and I need to remember what the fucking note says. Okay.
What?
The note says, I'm dying.
Yes.
So Vicky made this.
Oh my god, please, what is it?
Oh
Cutting
god,
around bees,
what
Twitter
more
banner took
me's?
way too long.
I love it.
Very good, very good.
Oh, the
Alright.
joy in my heart.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait, we have hearts?
No.
Sometimes.
I do, I don't know about you guys.
No, you don't.
Does a heart stop loving once it stops beating, or something like that? That's from The Corpse Bride.
I don't know, does it? You gotta answer the question. Who the in the heights expert?
Who wins the lottery? Images, hold on. Ooh, good morning, North
14.
By the way, I need you to know that I totally didn't just buy In the Heights for $3.99 so I can find out what the goddamn letter says. I totally didn't do that, guys.
Do you have a problem?
I do, it's fine.
He's spinning in a washing machine.
Here we go.
Okay, so she does not leave him a note. She just leaves the lottery ticket in a shell encrusted jewelry box, and it just says Fort Usnavi on it.
Wow.
That's it.
Posture check and hydrate.
Oh, I should get water. I'll do that in a sec.
Swab bear.
So that's that, I guess. I don't know how to feel. He does use it for charity because he says like in her name, this is probably what she would have wanted. In the show, it's far more blatant that she's like, we need to help people. Because the barrio is
Alright.
important, and we can't let it slip through our fingers. I'm gonna go get water, I'll be back.